Got a Bestech. I like Bestech knives, man. When I can get one at a good price, I'm interested. This is a Skirmish. It says D2 steel, satin finish, I'm guessing. It's a BG44B. But I think Skirmish is the designation. Let's get this thing out of this box and see what it's all about. The Bestech Skirmish. What's a skirmish? It's yellow and black, like a yellow jacket. Okay. Well, let's move this down the line. It's got paperwork in there. I don't know. Y'all care? Warranty type goodies. I mean, listen, I'm down with these simple boxes. I don't need all the cases and all the stuff. I mean, honestly, lower the price of the knife, keep all that. Just put it in a simple box. You know, like simple box, right? All right, let's look at this thing. Skirmish. G10, yellow, black. Deep carry pocket clip. Looks recessed. Yeah, recessed with recessed screws. I mean, you already know, looking at that thing's going to run wonderfully in a pocket. All right, let's get that blade out. Let's see what we're looking at. Yeah, I mean, they said satin finish, but it's like semi-polished. I'm pretty sure that's why I got this knife, because it looks wonderful, in my opinion. I mean, it's out there. You know, it's not a traditional looking knife. Yeah, you hear me grumbling. Got my hand on this knife. Yeah. Let's try the thumb. Yep. And a Spidey. Yep. And even though it's got this wicked thing, needle. I mean, it's a needle. What's going on there? I mean, runs pretty darn good. Hey, let's get in this thing. Let's take it apart. Let's see what's going on in the internals. And see if there's any work we need to do. Clean it up. Lube it up. Tune it up. I mean, I don't know that there's any tuning required. This thing runs pretty good, man. Pretty solid. I didn't have any complaints while I was running it. I didn't find any issues with that part of the knife. Let's see if that's it. Yeah, I think, nope, that's it. Come on. There we go. I mean, it's a little crusty crab in here. Nothing horrible. Lots of skeletonizing. It's got these metal liners. And lots of skeletonizing effort there. Cage bearings, captured pivot pin, fair size stop pin. It's not tiny, it's a good one. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing overly complicated. Looks like the bearings are not quite seated on the blade yet. Ooh, careful. Thing's pokey, man. Not a Pokemon, but it's Pokemon. I'm not saying Pokemon. I am saying Pokemon, but not that Pokemon. I mean, stop me. Somebody just reach out and slap me. Goof. All right. I mean, these liners are kind of stonewashed. I can see the bearings are working to cut their way in. And so, all that really is an indicator that the action on this knife is just absolutely going to improve with use. The detent ball on the blade, the bearings on the liners and on the blade, they're all going to continue to wear a smooth path because the detent ball and the bearings are harder than the surface of the steel. Yeah, the detent ball is starting to cut a path here. You can see it. Okay. I think that's it, man. Let's put it back together. Simple. Yeah, simplistic. Simplistic.com. Simple badging too, billboarding. Look, it says D2 on the one side, simple Bestech Knives logo on the blade, and then they use their logo in the pivot. I mean, yeah, keep it simple, man. Ooh, better wipe them bearings off. How about that? Big bearing. Lots of bearings in there. What is there? 10? I think there's 10 balls in these. That's healthy. That's a good one. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're going to go down like that. A little bladage. Ooh, silky smooth. Put a little bit on that detent track. All right, which way does this go? I think like that. Yeah, 100% like that. Okay. The pivot was captured in the bottom liner and the top liner. So they weren't taking no chances. They wanted everything to line up. Let me check these pocket clip screws. Make sure they're tight. Yeah, they turn just slightly. Got a little movement there. I think I'm going to tighten that up. I mean, pretty good action on this thing. I'm going to call it drop shut. Let's talk about this action. So flipper tab's got one little jimp on it, but it's a good one. Definitely grabs the finger, and I wonder if I can fail it. No. Yeah, there's no failing that. It's got good detent, and that's coming open even if you fumble it. But if you get after it, man, that thing rockets out of there. We've got, I'm going to say 50% lockup, but the whole liner is over onto the back of the blade. So real strong lockup. We're lowered here, scalloped on the liner, and so access in here is pretty solid. You know, I don't feel like I'm fishing or digging in there to get to it. The tension on it, it's not extreme, pretty easy to get to. Very smooth. Let's talk about ergonomics. So this is the primary grip to get a reasonable, confident grip. You know, not so confident, confident, very confident. It doesn't have, the flipper tab doesn't expose there and produce. See this flipper tab? It hides up in here. It's gone. It's back there. It's recessed. So it doesn't produce a finger guard. So this right here is about the safest grip on it. And it just gets kind of weird. It turns into a 3-finger knife with the last finger kind of coming off the end of that knife. And it's kind of tragic because this is not a good grip. I don't like this at all. I'm going to say it's less than a confident grip. Here's confident. It's less than a confident grip. It's just weird. And then the pocket clip becomes really predominantly known back here. I mean, is it horrible? No. Is it hot to where I couldn't cut with it? No, it's not that at all. So here's why am I being so hard on it? I'm going to tell you why right here. Because it's my pet peeve. So the primary grip on this knife is this right here. This is the primary grip. This knife was designed, developed, conceived, manufactured for you to take it out of your pocket and put your hand on the blade and hold it here. That's the primary grip. This is clearly a secondary idea back here, and this became the focus. Is this comfortable? Oh, it's crazy comfortable. Do I ever want to hold my knife like this? I don't. I mean, I know people say, well, you get leverage when you cut. I get it. You don't gotta explain it to me, man. I mean, I get that comment every time I bring this up. Well, man, you get, and it, I mean, honestly, it's just goofy that you're saying it. Like, surely I'm not so dense that I don't understand what this grip's for. I'm just not a fan. So take it for what it's worth, man. And if you're a huge fan, you like to hold your knife like this, guess what? You're going to love this knife because this knife was designed, developed with the perfect intention for you to take it out of your pocket and go right here. This knife was designed for that. So if you want a knife that's going to do that, man, this is your baby right here. You're going to love this piece. Me personally, I want to be back here. I want to protect my fingers. And then, of course, they could have moved this forward, and I could have been up in here somewheres with a protected finger, and I'd have been much happier. But where I'm at back here, this is the secondary. This is somebody, when they designed this, Bestech, I guess, said, well, let's at least make it so they can hold it back here if they want to, but it's not comfortable. It's not a confident grip. It's not comfortable. None of it. I mean, honestly, this is the deal right here. So from this spot right here, the ergonomics are wonderful. Yeah. I mean, this is very comfortable and very strong grip. Is it a confident grip? Not at all. This is a not so confident grip, because if you came forward with this the way that I'm measuring this and you met resistance, you becoming a casualty. Because you're literally holding the blade, man. So it's not confident, but it's comfortable. And so, I mean, if I was going to grade the action, I would say the action's probably an A-. It's pretty solid. It's good stuff. A couple little shakes. The truth is, I may have that detent just slightly tight. It had a little play in it. Not here. Not when it's locked up. When it's locked up, it's good. But when it's unlocked, see, now it's just drop shut. Yeah. Wonderful drop shut. No play. But when I go here, it's got a little wiggle in it. And so I tightened it up to get this wiggle out. Now, does that affect the action? Does it affect the knife in any way when it's not locked up? I mean, what do I care if it wiggles when it's here? It's a pet peeve, man. If it wiggles here, who cares? The knife isn't locked. It's not closed, which there's no detent lash. It's locked in there solid. And then when it goes here, it's locked in solid. It's just in between. I can feel it move just slightly. So if I tune it properly to where when it's locked up, it's solid, this thing's a drop shut knife. So, I mean, I'd probably move it to like, it's an A- to an A. It's solid. It's good action, man. Which I find all Bestechs to kind of have good, solid action. And then the ergonomics for what they are, the way they designed the knife, yeah, it's wonderful. It's stunning. I mean, if you're okay with holding your knife like this, man, I'm telling you, don't hesitate to come towards this thing because it's wonderful. Pocket clip. Through the big stuff. Yeah, look at the profile. I like this clip. Showing about 1/8 of an inch. Just a little peak coming out of there. Not a lot of tension on this clip. I mean, yeah, if I took off at a run, this knife is going to come out of the pocket. So I'm going to tighten that up real quick. Okay, so I put quite a bit of tension on here. And the reason I did, I mean, this was parallel. So I put quite a bit on there. I mean, we'll see how it goes. It's recessed into this scale. It's got 4 square lines. So, I mean, it's about the best in the world if you're going to put it in that G10. 2 screws, recessed screws as well. The reason I put so much tension on it is because this shiny pocket clip is so smooth on the backside that it's going to need all the tension it can get to help lock down. Yeah. I mean, I put a lot of tension on that. Oof, I gotta be careful putting these screws in. Yeah, that one's not reaching yet. I'll get this one in some more. I think I went too far. I can't get my screws to catch. Make sure one of them's not longer than the other. No, they're exactly the same. I might have to take a little bit of that tension off of that. Okay, I finally got it. And yeah, it's got a ton of tension on it now. So let's check the thick stuff. Yeah, it's still one hand clip. Excellent tension on the thick stuff. Let's see where we're at on a standard jean size. I mean, it's pretty good. I would still like it to be a little tighter, but as you can see, I'm shaking it hard and it's not moving. So it's got good tension now. Enough so to where when I do my eval here, I'm going to give it a good grade. What about blade contact? Nope. So there's no accessing the blade through the back spacers. Interesting. The back of that spacer is offset in there. I like that. It's kind of a neat, weird little design feature, but I like it. Cool. So the tip is good. The clip is good. The clip's wonderful. And I don't have any concerns about incidental blade contact through the scales. Yeah, good to go, man. Wonder if it's sharp. There's that grip. Such a whiny fool. Yeah, look at this thing is as sharp as it absolutely looks. Tall, flat grind. About 60% of the blade. I mean, that thing thin at behind the edge. Woo, is that thing sharp. Yeah. I bet you this thing is also, you could definitely got a platform here for this. And I don't know, are they saying to go here? I think you could. I mean, it's got a lot of up close cutting going on. Yeah. Although they call it the skirmish. No, not so much. The craft board, I guess. Price and availability. Where can you get it and what you got to pay for it? Okay, so White Mountain Knives has several versions of this Bestech Skirmish. A lot of them have wood and G-Mascus and all kinds of handle materials, and all of those are in 154 cm. This one's in D2. So this G10 D2 version is like 63 bucks. So with the discount code DM10, you can get this down to about $57, and that's free shipped, no tax. So $57 at your doorstep, right? Pretty good. I appreciate you watching. Bestech Skirmish. I mean, check one out.